So here is the quick coupler for the Tiltrotator, and as you can see it's hydraulic operated, so it's really nice. Now I can change the bucket from inside the cab instead of going out. But we are missing some springs that are standing here, and we also need a cover that is going over here, so with the Tiltrotator on I can actually push it down on the ground to turn the machine and stuff like that. So plan now is to install that. Here are the springs, go in there and then pushed up here, so they are locked in place there and in there. Not quite sure how to get them in. It's been a while since I took them off. Alright, like this. Now the springs are in. Let's see how it works now. The springs, they act like a safety. So when I'm turning off the switch inside the machine, it isn't pulling hydraulic power to this one anymore. So it's the springs that are holding the locking pins in place. And the way this was set up was, it was only one-way hydraulic to this one. So the only hydraulic power was to pull it back. And as soon as you drop the switch for releasing the bucket, the springs would pull the piston out again and push the oil back. So, but now it's two ways, since I'm running two-way to the Tiltrotator. You can see now I have released the handle or the pedal inside, and it's slowly pushing it back now because it can release the oil back. So if I even release the power now, it will go even faster. So I will just take it all the way up and then release the power, and then you can see. Power off now. So that's how it works. Now I just turn off the switch inside the excavator and it just hold it in this position so the bucket won't come out. So this is the cover plate for the bottom here. As you can see, it's a little bit warped, so I will just put it in by press and make it a little bit straighter for now. I guess the next time when there are some rocks or something and I push down the quick connector here for turning the machine or something, this will get bent again, but at least we can put it on when it's properly. Alright, then we are inside the machine. There's the Tiltrotator, and here is my homemade dashboard. The Terex didn't have anything here, and I wanted to mount my tilt sensor here, some charging for the phone, volts, backup camera. This is the cheapest kind from eBay, so it's no good. I will change this out with the same as I have in the tractor. And up here is the ball mount for my 2D excavation system. And the most important thing is I added a vent here so I get some air out on the windshield, because original from Terex it was just down there, so the window down there was pretty clean but without any fog or something like that, but up here it was terrible. But for controlling the Tiltrotator, I have a panel back here with the room for more switches. Here's just the backup lights and other stuff, and but I want it here so it's easy to reach, but all these are in drift. I don't remember, no, zombie lights isn't anything. Spotlights are the lights on the boom, side lights are the lights on the side, and the LED bar is the one on the roof. So yeah, everything but the zombie lights are in function. I don't remember what I was thinking about this, but it was a cool switch, so why not? But there is room here. This one I can remove because I don't use it anymore, and I will make a movie about a more explanation about this pretty soon, because I'm removing it from here. Then I can take it in the workshop and show a little bit more how it works. It's just a sensor you can add to your bucket, and then you will see the angle, the X and Y angle on it, so you can see how many degrees you are tilting your bucket, both that way and that way. So it's pretty nice if you're leveling a big area or something with a laser grader on your boom even. So, but no, with the 2D system I don't need it. So the plan for the switches is I need 3 switches. I need 1 switch for tilt, 1 switch for auxiliary output under the Tiltrotator, and 1 switch for the bucket release. So with these switches I will switch and choose which function. So plan now is just to add 3 switches this way, and I will put them as closely-ish as possible, and with that I can add more later if I need something, or yeah, it's a great thing to plan for the future. And yeah, so you can see out it's still winter, and yeah, we are in the 19th of May or something, so it isn't going fast. But plan is actually, if I can pull this off this evening, plan is to take everything. I'm just finished out the blue tracked mini dumper, and then we are going out for an excavation job tomorrow. We are saving another retaining wall, and yeah, I would really like to have the Tiltrotator with me. We are picking up some rocks with the grab and everything, so I will not use the Tiltrotator for that because it's too heavy. I lose too much capacity to lift things, but I have the other homemade rotator and the grab and everything, so I will use that. So it will be a lot of attachment to take with me, but yeah, it's for fun. And the guy I'm doing this for is one of my colleagues from a day job, so it's just having fun there, nothing else. So but no, let's measure up where we should have the switches, take off the cover plate and have a look inside. I have actually not have this open since I made it. When I made this and put everything together, it has been like this forever. So I made this the fall 2017 actually. Everything is aluminium painted with the same color as the undercarriage on this one, so pretty great. So when we get it up, we can measure a little bit how far in do we need to go, and then we can put 3 switches this way, drill holes for them, pull the wiring. I'm pretty positive I have the wiring for this one. This is also 4-part wire, and I need a 4-part wire to the front, 1 for ground, 1 for each function, sending the positive to them. Right now we are just through the cable here, so yeah, let's do that. Enough talking, let's get going. So there the cover plate is off, and yeah, wires are not anything is near this place, so you can see I just welded on some taps and tapped holes in them. So nice and easy, great little project, and it's secured to the excavator just with some screws into this beam here. So nice and easy. Great to have camera and everything there, and the heat on the window. So let's measure a little bit and see how we should place this. Okay, let's see. How about these switches? How wide are they? So two and a half millimeters between, and yeah, I would say maybe something like 3 centimeters for each switch. And here we have 3, then we have 6, 9. Okay, so we will go all the way there. We would maybe have room for 1 more, yeah, 1 more switch we will have room for, but we have to start the first one a little bit here. But I think if we go 1.5 for the first one, let's see, then we are centered there. Yeah, that shouldn't be any problems. So what height should we go with so we don't mess up with this? I actually think like the bottom of the switch should be at the bottom of this ruler. So if I could make this in a straight line. Yeah, I think that actually looks pretty level. So let's see, how is it over here? If this is the center, yeah, it won't be any problems hitting the switch. Okay. And that's another thing I learned during the days. Before I could buy switches like this that are square, and they are a pain in the ass to place. So the round ones is always a winner when you are placing switches. They make life so much easier. So now we just need 3 20mm holes. I hope we get somewhat in line-ish for okay, you can see this hole got a lot over the line, so we have to put this one also a little bit. Yep, perfect. I think it's something about the angle I have to hold the drill in. Okay. I think that's pretty good. It's just the joystick that are a little bit in the way. Alright, let's just, we are not pushing it in place, we are just a little bit test fitting. Yep, this will work. I think this will be just great. Alright, now we are certainly past the point of no return. I just made a tight fit with some tape on the end and everything, and here it is. And here is yeah, actually I can probably pull this power for the switches also, but I need 2.4 amps. I don't know if this is thick enough. Okay, yeah, even better. Check it out. In there, here are the wires for the voltmeter and everything, and they are pretty thick gauge, so they have everything ready what I need, so I can pull everything out of there. Here is a 4-point wire. You can see the yellow, blue, red and black, so we will put black as a ground and send that down to the Tiltrotator along with the other things. I need to do a little connection down under here, but that we will do later. Okay, let me just get my equipment and make the wires from this ready, and make the jumping wires around here and make everything inside the garage. Makes life a lot easier. Alright, now I have made these ones. These connect into the wires that was inside here from before, and you can see the ground has 4 because we are sending one ground to the Tiltrotator, and yeah, the power supply has 3 because we need 3 for the switches. So now it's just making everything from this one ready. Alright, here is the other end of that wire, so nothing is touching. Let's flip the ignition on. Okay, let's see, do we get light? Okay, it's the black one that don't need to touch anything. Light there, tilt, auxiliary, and quick connector. Alright, then we just need to connect 2 wires under the floor here, this one and the one going forward, and then we need to connect the Tiltrotator to the one connection in the front. So that shouldn't be too hard. So these connections I want to solder together, and you can see the colors. the black is not here, so green will be black, just to keep the other colors the same. And then I will just solder everything together down here, and then we can go to the front and connect the tilt-rotator. As I shown earlier, this is my temporary connection just for testing everything, and here I have all the wires from the tilt-rotator marked off. So I'm wondering a little bit if I should shorten this in or just make the plug up here for the tilt-rotator to plug in right here. So here is the wire that we just connected, and you can see it has just a dummy plug here just to prevent moist to get into it, and I will just make one like this now. That either is if I cut this one to length and have it down here, or if I coil it up down on the tilt-rotator and then just have this end up here, or how we do it I have to think a little bit about, but we don't need this anymore. Here is the cable for the tilt-rotator, and I have marked up every number on the wires that we could see in the part 4 video I was putting on, and every wire is also, if you can see here, it's a little bit difficult, but there are a number on each wire. So now when I am connecting this, I can remove the tape, and I have written down here the number on the wire going into the valve and which wires it is, so I will know for later. Because right now the only thing I know, or the only two functions I know about, is the tilt and the quick connector. I don't know which one is running the auxiliary output under, because I have to recall Engcon and check, and I was supposed to do it today but I forgot. So I need to leave the wires a little bit accessible so I can connect everything later, because today I need to connect everything and test run and see that everything is running, because tomorrow it is off doing the first job with this one, so it's no more time. Okay, then I got the plug-in ready to go, and then I will just go and get a zip tie so we can secure this one to the hydraulic hose, and yeah, then it's time to test it, see if everything works. Then we are in the excavator, and there is the tilt-rotator, and you can see now, okay, I have to activate there. Nothing happens because no valves is open now, so no matter what I do, nothing happens. And then we remember this one is tilt. Let's activate it. Blue light, it's on, and then we are pushing the pedal, and there is tilting. And we have the rotation on the other one, but because as you remember from earlier, I wanted this one, the rotation here, because the rotation was faster on this one. And then if we pull it here, You can see the locking pins. Then we are switching off the tilt, and we are switching on the quick connector. Okay, wrong pedal, this pedal, and there it is. It goes in and out, and there it's in. And remember the springs we put in last year, the other day. Switching off the switch now, and the pins comes out. Let's see it again. Switching off the switch, and the pins comes out. So it's secure in the bucket as soon as I switch this off. And I also want to have a buzzer on this one, so when I have it on like this, that the quick connector is activated, I want a buzzer sound in here, so I know that the quick connector is activated, so I don't accidentally drop the bucket in the ditch or something if I have a guy down there or something like that. So just for extra safety, that would be nice to have. So, but you can see it works just great now. And the other switch is for the auxiliary output, and that I don't have any yet. So let's go back to tilt, and there we are tilting, and we can rotate and tilt. So it works just great, just as we planned, I would like to say. So let's just tidy up the wiring a little bit, and then we have some hydraulic hoses you can see hanging here and a little bit like that, so a little bit stuff to do. So the next thing, before I tuck away this wire for the tilt rotator, is to change out some hydraulic hoses. So this extra outlet here I made myself. So I made the hoses, and or I bought the hoses made and pulled it to the front here and everything. But when I did it, I made some holders here for holding the hoses. But as you can see, they have been hitting this when I have boomed up all the way, and this have been hitting the ram here. So it's torn off the outer layer here, and when I need approval on the machine, this will not be a good thing. So I need to change out these hoses, and in the same time I want to change out this connecting type here, because then I can connect to this place so it's secured, just like it's on the other side. Here you can see the quick connector and everything is secured here. So I removed some other stuff that came with the machine here, made a new hose from here to this ram, and I will just push it down here so everything goes together, and then I will connect the new hose to this place. So then the quick connector is secured here, and the hoses is much more secured down here. So that is something I need to do, and why not do it now? It's as good as time as any. It shouldn't be any big problems. It's just some zip ties to cut off, a little bit of grease on the hoses probably, and yeah, so I will start with just cutting this hose off, and no, not cutting the hose, just cut the zip ties for this hose off and make it loose so everything is ready, and pull the new hose in through this place. And then I have both connections in here, because here you could see this is my 6-2 valve that is controlling if I am using boom swing or the extra outlet out on the boom on the excavator. So the hoses comes in here and goes down to this one. So I need to release them here, and when I do, I know it will be leaking a little bit oil, so that's why I want a new hose in here at once. So when this one is released, I am just switching right over for the next one, and then I can do the rest afterwards here, because as soon as I have a hose on there, it won't leak out here. So that's the plan. Let's just get the cutter and start cutting zip ties. And I also routed the hose a little bit different, so I'm trying to keep it over this bar and then just come right in here, and with good clearance for the piston, the ram here, so it doesn't scratch it up again, and yeah, maybe it will work perfectly up here. Let's see. So yesterday we got mostly everything done, and but I was not happy with the placement I had here with these over, because as you could see, when I was tilting the boom all the way up, they were sticking out and pinching here. So it's better that they are lying on top here and following the other hoses down there. So instead of releasing all the strips all the way forward and then disconnecting it there, pulling it back, I just release it inside here on the 6.2 valve, and I will pull them back and put them in the right direction there. So yeah, it will be the same as yesterday, so I will just do that, and then we can see how it works when they are running down there. So now I finally get to test my new plasma cutter, the Cut 50 HF something from eBay, cheapest 50 amp I could find with ignition. So yeah, let's just hook it up, and oh, it's so much stuff in here. It's been the tracked mini dumper, the excavator, the Tiltrotator, and I haven't cleaned in or cleared everything in the meantime. We have to change the plug. This is not overkind here, and connect the air, and then we are ready to go. Alright, there the plasma cutter is hooked up. We have the correct plug for the power, and I am not using the gauge in the front in the beginning because I didn't have the fitting that I need here for putting the hose on. So then it's just like this, compressed air in here, power, and then it's burn time. So let's just go out and take everything hydraulic off the bucket so we can cut it. So we now need to remove the pistons, yeah, and the hoses up here, and then we will mark out where the connection is coming and just cut down and over like this, and then we will have a quick connector like I have on my other buckets on this one also, or this will be down here, but I have a new one of these so I can keep everything for the tilt function if I need it for something someday. But and here we can see the tilt sensor, the XY sensor. Had it mounted here with a cover over and a little bit, but you can see it's missing its wire because I forgot to release the wire once, and yeah, then it was over. But okay, let's get everything off. So alright, then we have air. Let's see if it will fire up. Well, so far So good. Okay, this will be the first test for the plasma cutter. Let's see what it can do. More heat and more air. Alright, ready for weld. Everything is grinded off, and yeah, as you can see I went with the angle grinder in the end because it was quicker than this small plasma cutter. This was a little bit too thick for it, so well, now I will just weld everything up and throw some paint at it. There, everything is together, it's painted. I did mount this one the wrong way. These slots are supposed to be this way, so you can hook it with another bucket to carry this bucket. So well, I will finish off this filling in back here later. I did the front, so, and here is the tilt section for that was on, so now I can use this for something else. But now I need to go to the job. They are waiting for me. I am a couple of hours late, so it's about time to get going. So I will end this video here, and yeah, stay tuned for this one, and then you will see the tilt rotator in action. So yeah, thank you for watching.